Hey guys, so today I thought I'd just talk about what did I do to my face. So what was it, 2 days ago? 3 days ago? So I see my esthetician. I see her. I've just been seeing her as of like this year. I really hadn't seen an esthetician. I guess I saw one like probably 8 years ago when I first got into skincare because I noticed all the melasma and stuff starting to appear. And that's kind of when I started getting interested into skincare. Like, what the heck did I do to my face? And then I kind of just got stuck doing all these things myself and really having fun or reviewing stuff. And so within the last year, I kind of came to the conclusion that I think the melasma is as good as I'm going to get it with topical products. I think this is the best it's going to be, and there's got to be something else. So, and I mean, I've got some tools at home, lasers, things like that. And red light therapy and, all this stuff, microneedling at home, things like that. So I thought, you know what, I need to call in the big guns here. So I found a wonderful esthetician. She's very affordable. She owns her own little place and she runs it and she's amazing. She's been doing this for 40 some years. So she knows what she's doing. So I've been seeing her now for about a year. I've probably seen her probably 5 times. This is probably the 5th time, maybe 6th time, probably 5th time I've seen her. So we've done lots of different things. My melasma is getting a lot better. So what she's done, we did broadband light. We did the first test spot. That was the very first appointment. We just did a very small consultation, a small test spot, because certain types of melasma and hyperpigmentation can have reacting to different lasers and things like that. So it's better to do a small test spot and see how it goes, and then come back if it worked well or find something else and it's working well. So I did a couple broadband light treatments on my face and my melasma. Then she did microneedling 2 different times. She did microneedling with a skin brightening tonic 2 times, and that really made a difference. The broadband light helped a little bit, but I think the microneedling with the topical products made a bigger difference. And then she did a Fotona treatment on my neck. I think that was the last time I saw her, so we did that. So we've done a couple of broadband light treatments, a Fotona laser, a microneedling. We've done all that. Now, this last time I saw her, she was looking at it. She's like, it's doing a lot better. Let's try something different. And so we did, Lincoln's now in the room, we did PRP, so platelet-rich plasma microneedling. So that involves, so I lay down, she draws blood. I think she took 4 different vials. Then she has a centrifuge, which I was checking it out. I'm like, how much does that cost? She's like, $7,000. And I'm like, pretty impressive. So they draw the blood out, they put it in the centrifuge, and whatever process it follows. So out of the blood just comes the platelets, which is the good part of the blood. And I liken this to what we had done to my dog Ike. It's different, but it kind of reminded me of it. He did stem cell therapy, so they took blood from him, did the same thing, and treated it, and then injected it into his hips where his hip dysplasia. He's done that twice now and made a huge difference. So I kind of likened it to that in a way, but not totally in a way. Anyway, so we did that. So she did that. So she took the 2 of the vials, and did the microneedling over it. And then we had 2 vials left. And she's like, well, it kind of seems like a waste to get rid of it. So why don't I just do a little bit of injections around your eyes? So we'll inject this plasma, platelet-rich plasma, into your eyes, kind of as like not really as a filler, but just, I don't know, to help with wrinkles and things like that. I would never do a filler at this point. I know too much about fillers. And especially if the fillers go bad, removing them. I know too much about that. There's a Facebook support group for people that have used the Hyaluron Days. It sucks the filler out, but people have had reactions where it sucks a lot of their muscles and tissue and fat out, and it ends up aging them rapidly. There's a whole Facebook group about it with over 8,000 members. So I know too much about filler. If it goes wrong, a lot of times the filler never really leaves, unless it's certain types of fillers, I think, but sometimes they end up settling. If you want to get them removed, then you potentially end up with complications. So I would never do that, but she did the platelet-rich plasma, and then she did a little bit in my forehead, and maybe thought maybe it'll help with the melasma. I don't know. I had 2 extra vials, so I didn't really want to waste them. So I'm like, go for it. So anyway, so I have a little bit of wounds. I mean, she did lidocaine and things like that, but I mean, it still hurt. So she took the platelet-rich plasma. She put what she called was a cannula, cannula. I don't know. Anyway, kind of like a hole, and then with a needle they go through that cannula, and then they inject the platelet plasma in there, and then slowly pull it back out. And you can feel it a little bit even after lidocaine because it feels like a cool sensation. And I will say it hurt even with the lidocaine. The forehead I didn't really feel much, but I think they do the same thing where they draw like a very narrow hole, kind of, I guess, a cannula hole, and then they put it in there. So this was 2 days ago. So I thought I was going to end up with black eyes, but they're healing pretty good. I did put ice on them when I got home. But anyway, so you see all these little holes and things. That's all from doing that around here and then in my forehead. So anyway, so yesterday she asked me if I had some downtime. I'm like, well, sure. I don't know. How much downtime should I expect? She's like, 3 or 4 days. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to make a video about it, so what the heck? Go for it, so I can talk about it. And anyway, so it's kind of interesting. I think all of these different things she's tried have really helped. I guess I lost a little bit of weight, so I think I looked a little more gaunt, like in the eye area. I think my wrinkles ended up looking a little bit more noticeable than before. So anyway, I'd say if you're thinking about trying filler, this might be a good way to go instead of injecting that. I mean, your platelets from your blood are good. Your body's not going to reject them or anything like that, like can happen with certain different types. There's different types of fillers. I think just hyaluronic acid filler is probably the least dangerous, but when you use those filler removers, it just sucks up all the hyaluronic acid, which it's supposed to do, but then sometimes too much of it soaks up it from your skin and your muscles and sometimes your body. So anyway, so I think if you're thinking about doing fillers, maybe this might be something to investigate. Anyway, so I know prices. So when I looked around my area in Minnesota, and there was only like 3 websites that listed prices for everything, and she was one of them. And I guarantee I think this was like $200. So, and I gave her a little Christmas bonus, but I just have a feeling like if I would have went to like a med spa type thing, that probably would have been like $1,000 or more, probably easy. So, and the fact that she owns her own place and she owns her own equipment, and she's been doing this for so long. So I got a pretty good deal and pretty happy with her. She's done some amazing things. So anyway, so I think a lot of things, you can do things topically. I think obviously sunscreen, had I used a lot of sunscreen to begin with, I probably wouldn't have gotten the melasma as much. But then again, melasma is different than hyperpigmentation or sun damage, because melasma comes from inside, from different things. They still don't really totally understand it well. So, I mean, I still might have been able to do sunscreen every day and ended up with the same thing. Or maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. But I wish I would have, because prevention is much better than treating it, obviously. So, and I always said, whatever I do with my lady, I'm going to talk about too, because I always get asked every day, did you do fillers in your cheeks? Did you do this, do that? I'm like, no. If I do it, I'm going to tell you about it. Anyway, so my cheeks, they've always been puffy like this. I don't know. My mom looked the same way. So anyway, so I just thought I'd talk about it because I think in my mind, I had a lot of this stuff blocked out because I thought it was just going to be way too expensive. I'd never be able to afford it. But anyway, now I found something that's reasonable and I can afford it. I mean, I think especially if you suffer from certain things that are hard to treat, like acne scars, obviously hyperpigmentation, melasma, I think it's worth getting checked out. And you know what? If you want to do fillers, just do some research on it. That's all I ask, because certain people have really regretted it in a big way. So do your research on it first. But anyway, I think it's worth trying. And you know what? If you want to do Botox or fillers after you do some reading, go for it. But definitely do some reading up. Don't try and do it yourselves. I know a lot of people try and do it themselves and end up just doing bad things. I read a post the other day where this lady thought she was doing Botox, but she was injecting her face with air instead. So I don't recommend that. Air is not good for your skin when you inject it. But she wasn't tipping the vial over upside down, so she's just like pulling air in the thing and then anyway. So if you find somebody that's affordable, obviously some of these med spas are going to be crazy. I guarantee you what I had done there, if I would have had that done in med spa, it would have been at least $1,000, and she was so reasonable. So anyway, that's it. That's what I had done. So anyway, hopefully it'll heal in the next few days. So she said 3 to 4 days, 4 or 5 days of downtime. So anyway. And no black eyes, which is even better. So anyway, ask me questions, whatever you want, or if you've had similar things done, leave a comment. I remember my mom had one of these done, the vampire facial thing with the platelet-rich plasma, and I don't know. They must have done something a little different because she was like looking red for days afterwards, not like this after 2 days where it's like I already feel okay and not scary looking. So I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Leave a comment. Love hearing from you guys and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.